Good morning and welcome to Homepage, a public affairs feature of 93.7 K Country and Wind FM 95.5, 92.5, and 107.9. I'm Bob Moody, and my guest this morning is David Layman, President and CEO of Habitat for Humanity here in Marion County. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good morning. Good to be here.
Thank you. Habitat for Humanity. Let's talk about that for just a moment. Give us a little insight of what that is.
Okay. We're an affordable housing ministry for families that would otherwise never have the opportunity for home ownership. Our affiliate will qualify family partners based on certain criteria. And typically that's based on income. That'd be based on the type of facilities that the families live in. We'll actually go do a home inspection and see where they live. Mm-hmm. In many cases, they're in cramped, overcrowded quarters. Could be homes are in pretty poor condition, can't get the landlord to fix them up. And typically today, in today's market, rent rates are so high that it becomes a burden to the family financially just to pay the rent. It's not uncommon in today's market with a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, rents anywhere from $800 to $1,200 a month. In our program, our family partners, when it's all said and done, will have a 0% mortgage, that's no interest, for somewhere in the neighborhood of $450 a month. And that includes the escrows. That's the principal payment on the note and all escrow items associated with that, which are homeowners insurance, termite bond, and real estate taxes. So we make it affordable for those that just won't ever have the opportunity to have a traditional bank loan.
Habitat, I heard you say a ministry. How has the Habitat for Humanity here in Marion County, and there are other counties that have the same organization?
We are one of about 1,500 affiliates in the continental United States.
Okay.
And in the state of Florida, we're probably one of the larger states populated with affiliates. Right now, Florida has, I think we're about 60 separate affiliates within the state. Mm-hmm. We're all sanctioned by Habitat for Humanity International. The main office is in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
And it is a non-denominational Christian organization. Habitat
for Humanity, you also stated earlier about qualifying for a home. What I've heard, what little I know about Habitat for Humanity, and that's why we have you here, is so everyone else out listening can understand what you're doing and the great service that you provide. My understanding was that they were getting a home that does not cost thing. You're saying that it's a mortgage without interest.
Yeah, that's a very common misconception with Habitat for Humanity, that we give away homes. Mm-hmm. We don't do that. It's not a handout, it's a hand up. And ours are mortgages that can be anywhere from 15 to, we have the ability to go to 40 years, but the max term we use right now is 30 years. Mm-hmm. Our mortgages will never be more than 30% of their affordable income. So in today's market, our 3-bedroom, 2-bath home appraises right around $115,000. Mm-hmm. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that the family partner is going to have a $115,000 note. They'll come to the closing table with a down payment. And while they're in the program today, they need to accumulate $1,200. And we do that at $50 a month. And it's family partners somewhere between 8 and 18 months in the program until they're ready to get the keys to their house. Mm-hmm. So, as I say, the mortgage could be, if it's 30% of their affordable income, that $115,000 house, average first mortgage is around $50,000. And so that's what the 0% mortgage will cover. And then we have other opportunities to help subsidize that mortgage. Mm-hmm. There are programs within the state. There are things that we do, and we'll talk about that a little bit later with our fundraising activities, where we do a number of things to help subsidize the mortgages for the family partners. In addition to that, we have 2 restores, and our restores are totally donated items. We don't buy any inventory, and we just opened our second restore about a year and a half ago, and between the 2 restores, we did a little over $1 million. And so
wow,
obviously, you got to pay your expenses out of that.
Of course.
But the resources from what we do within our restores helps us subsidize the mortgages for our family partners.
I've been in one of the restores. It was out just off of 27 Blitchton Road.
Yes, sir.
And actually, I've purchased a few things out of there.
God bless you.
But I noticed a lot of home hardware, like lights, cabinets, shelving, that sort of stuff. Are those items that are left over from building the homes, or is this stuff that contractors are donating?
The latter. It's typically contractor donations, or it could be someone who's cleaning out a garage and they're a fixer-upper and they've got a bunch of things. We've been blessed with Closet Made locally with their shelving products.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's been a big benefit for us when it may be some inventory that's not so popular in the retail market anymore, and we have been blessed with significant donations from Closet Made, and they're a popular item. When folks come in and they know the Closet Made's in there, it's kind of a magnet for everything else that's in the store. So it can be building-related products. It could be case goods, couches, sofas, chairs, dining room sets, smalls that are linens, silverware, cooking utensils.
Everything.
Yes, sir.
That's what I saw in there.
It's pretty much a soup to nut.
Absolutely. Let's talk again about qualifying in the process for just a moment. Does someone contact you, your organization, personally? I need a place to live.
That's typically the way it works. We have been doing once a quarter orientations, and we'll advertise the quarterly orientations. And most recently, we've been doing them at the Marion County Library on a Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. So once a quarter, we'll have anywhere from 20 to 50 couples, singles, come in and hear about our program. And that's an opportunity for us to introduce the concept, how you can qualify. We then give them an application they can fill out, and then they come in and meet with our family services manager to see if they're going to be able to get in the program.
So they have to have some type of income really to qualify, correct?
That's correct. Yes, sir. We follow HUD guidelines that are published annually based on family size. And so to be within that affordable income range, depending if it's a single with 2 children, if it's a couple with 5 children, you look to those income ranges to make sure that they'll qualify for a program. If they're outside those ranges, then we can't help them.
What about credit worthiness?
Absolutely. We're going to look at credit backgrounds. You can come into our program with no more than $2,000 in bad debt. When I say bad debt, it's something that's been written off. Anything in excess of that will disqualify you from the program. Now, I will tell you this also, that this is pretty interesting statistic. And sometimes in the orientations, when the family partners hear that, they get discouraged. Oh, my goodness, I've got more than $2,000 in bad debt. You can apply again. You've got an opportunity to clean that up. And we have had family partners in the program right now that have keys to the house that applied 3 times before they could get in. It was important enough to them to provide shelter for their family to clean up that credit and get in the program, because they'd never have a home otherwise. They'll never qualify at a bank. So that's exciting about the program, to find somebody that wants a home that bad that they're going to clean it up. But when you come into the program, you can have no more than $2,000. And you've got, from the time you get in until the time that you get your keys, that you can clean up that $2,000 in bad debt. Now, the downside is, if you get to that period when it's time to get the keys and we go look at your credit one more time before we put you in there, if you haven't cleaned it up, you're not going to get the keys. And you'll get, as we used to say in the Army, you're going to get recycled and you'll go back to square one. You got to start all over again. It makes no sense for us to set some family up for failure. We want to make sure they can sustain that mortgage when they get in there. We don't want to build a home and take it away in 90 days because we're going to have to do a foreclosure action. We want them to understand the importance of good credit. And many times when they come to us initially, they don't have it. But we're willing to work with them. And we can point them to the right people to help them improve their credit. We've done that before, too. There are certain programs that they can participate in. And as they begin to take care of that, then they can come back and reapply.
And you talked about the financing also. Do you guarantee the loans? You talked about having to go in and foreclose on the home. Do you carry that, or do you have a guarantee that loan?
We own it, so I guess we do guarantee it. All the loans are owned by our affiliate.
Oh,
And
okay.
so if a loan is defaulted, it'll be our responsibility to take care of that. And unfortunately, that happens. We've had foreclosures when we take the home back. When we get the home back, we'll put it back in brand new condition and we'll go recruit a new family partner for that home. But we are the mortgage company. We own the paper.
Okay. I heard you talk about that earlier, and I was wondering what mortgage company you would use. So you do have your own in-house.
Yes, sir, we do.
Okay. When someone qualifies for this home, how do you decide where it's property, what type of house, what's the design? Do you have
We have standard.
basic designs?
Yes, sir. We have standard building designs. The largest home we build is 5-bedroom, 2-bath. Right now, the smallest we build is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. But we've looked at some smaller designs. In the case of a single, just one person is going to live in the house. It makes no sense to have a 3-2. So we do have some plans to look at. But essentially, they're standard stick-built homes. They're not block-built. They're stick-built homes. Depending on the zoning, they may have a utility shed or they may have a carport. That just depends on where the zoning is. Right now, we have an inventory of a little over 40 building lots, and they're in a couple of different locations. We have lots on the west end of the city of Ocala. We have lots in Silver Spring Shores, and we have lots in Bellevue. And that's essentially where we're actively building right now, probably more predominantly in Silver Spring Shores. We've got 200 construction in Bellevue. Right now, we've got 9 homes under construction. We're closing on 2 today, which is a big deal for a family partner.
Oh, yeah.
Getting the keys. I'll backtrack here a little bit and tell you that a special event for a family partner who finally has their lot assigned, they pick their lot out of our inventory. One of the biggest days for that is the wall raising. We build the walls. We have our sponsors come in and the family partners and volunteers, and we raise the walls on that house. And we'll do a blessing of the walls. Once we're done, we'll have folks come in and sign 2x4s, put a message in there, a Bible passage, something that'll be special for that family. They'll know it's built into the home. The second big event is when that home is finally finished. You've been through the second credit review, and it's time to close on the house. And when they finally actually get the keys, and that happened 2 weeks ago. The family partners are going to close today on those 2 homes.
Wow, fantastic. The builders of the homes, are those local contractors or volunteers?
We have 1 full-time and 4 part-time construction employees within our affiliate. Some of the things by permitting and licensing, we have to use contractors for. We use contractors to put the plumbing in the slab. We use a contractor to pour the slab. And from that point on, volunteers and our construction superintendents build the house. Doing the electric work and the plumbing, we use certified subs for that. But just about everything else we do with a volunteer labor force.
And someone wants to volunteer to help out with this building of the home. How would they do that?
Area code 352-351-4663, and we'd be delighted to take that phone call and sign you up.
Do you have a website?
We do, habitatocala.org.
habitatocala.org.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want to run through that phone number, and we'll hit that website again towards the end of the program.
All right, sir.
Moving on, you guys raise money not only with your resale stores, but you also have some activities throughout the year.
We do, in fact. We have some major fundraisers. We've got one coming up this month on the 22nd. This will be our 9th annual Bowl to Build Bowl-a-thon. It's going to be at AMF Galaxy Lanes on 17th.
Okay.
Did I say that right? 17th? That's great.
Yes, it's on 17th.
It's a 50s theme this year, and we've got a number of things that we do in addition to bowling with the tournament. This may encourage some folks to come and join us it's a pretty neat afternoon. We'll have raffle items. You can purchase tickets for raffle items. We'll have a silent auction. We typically have some pretty neat donations, and you can go in and put a silent auction in, and if you're the high bidder, then you're going to get yourself a nice gift. Mm-hmm. Red pin bowling, if you purchase the red pin coupon and you bowl a strike, you'll receive a ticket to be entered to win some pretty cool prizes that are also there. There's also a bingo game. That's one game only. If you purchase a bingo card, you can mark off any tiles that you completed while bowling, and then it's for an individual bowler, not for a team. You get a ticket, and all bingo winners will also be entered into a drawing to win some pretty cool prizes. And there's the 50-50 split the pot. If you purchase the split the pot tickets for a chance to win one half of the money collected on the 50-50. And we've got our family partners come in and help us out with that, and they'll walk around with aprons and
Okay.
doing their very best to collect on the 50-50. And if you get lucky enough, you might make a little bit of money off of that. And then also the medals for our bowling tournament. Mm-hmm. We've got high score for the team, high score for ladies, high score for men's, lowest score for ladies, lowest score for men's. I'd probably be in that category.
I won the high score in the golf tournament.
Did you really? It kind of goes both ways, doesn't it? And then we'll have a prize for the best costume, and the team with the largest amount of funds collected will also win prizes. When I say funds collected, that's more fundraising for us for our affiliate.
Okay, I see on, and I got this off your website, and that website is?
HabitatOcala.org.
You have a list of teams. And you guys are still looking for teams, or has this been updated?
We are always looking for teams. It seems like every year, the closer we get to the bowling tournament,
right,
it seems to populate pretty quick.
You think, oh, my goodness, it's not going to make it.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden, everybody kicks in.
And it is pretty consistent. We're hoping
it all comes together.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You also mentioned, and I think you did at the beginning when we were talking about the 9th annual Bowl to Build, Bowl-a-thon. You have a theme. It's the 50s theme.
Yes, sir.
And also a costume contest.
Correct.
And it says Think Grease.
50s, Grease.
Okay, the movie.
And that's probably a pretty good segue for our next fundraiser.
Exactly. The next fundraiser you have coming up is Elvis.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about the Elvis weekend.
There's a young man that has, I guess he's ranked 3rd in the country for an Elvis tribute artist. And this young man is local. He lives in Dunellen. And he's blessed us a couple of times at our Strawberry Festival. This young man is really good. And so we've got this young man put on a concert at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion in their auditorium. And we've got the venue reserved for October the 4th and the 5th. And I don't know that many folks in Ocala are aware that years ago, the original Elvis came here to Ocala and performed at the Livestock Pavilion. And so this is our tribute to that with this young man, and that'll be our segue for the 50s effect of our bowling tournament. Right behind that in October, we'll have this young man in with the Elvis concert. Friday evening we'll have a young lady, Cindy Moody, will perform as Patsy Cline, and then on Saturday evening we have a Frank Sinatra tribute artist.
Okay.
And his name is Bill Stabile, and they'll be the opening acts for the Elvis concert, and there'll be a live band with that to perform with. Cody Deoneth is the Elvis tribute artist, and that young man is really, really good.
2 big days, October 4th and 5th.
Yes, sir.
And we start out with an Elvis Remembered on Friday night.
Yes, sir.
Now, is that when Cindy and Bill will be performing? What are those?
Cindy will be the opening act for the Friday evening.
Okay.
And then Bill will be the opening act for Saturday evening.
Okay. And we're going to hear from Elvis both nights.
Oh, you bet.
Okay.
You bet.
And this guy is coming in. I'm looking forward to that. I believe we're going to make plans to be there.
Yeah, I hope you can. This young man is really, really talented, and our development director has done a super job putting this thing together. It's going to be really, really good. Cody Deoneth, young man from Dunellen, extremely talented, number 3 in the nation as an Elvis tribute artist, and he'll be there both nights. The first night, Friday night, the theme will be Elvis Remembered, and the act will open up with Cindy Moody, who will perform, local gal, quite talented, will perform as Patsy Cline. And then Cody will take over after that with Elvis Remembered. And he'll be performing songs from Follow That Dream. That was an Elvis Presley movie filmed in Ocala, Inverness, and Inglis in 1962. And as I say, this is kind of where Elvis pretty much got his start in the 50s when he performed here in Ocala. So we're excited about having a tribute artist bring it back for the 50s and
fantastic.
And do it again at the same location, as a matter of fact.
That is
and so
good.
Then Saturday evening we'll have Bill Stable. He's a tribute artist for Frank Sinatra, and he will open up for Elvis on Saturday night. Those will be that performance will be Elvis Forever. There will be a live band with the Elvis performance, and they're quite good as well. So it should be a great evening, and we're going to have Ocala Street Cruisers there with probably over 30 vehicles, those vintage 50s vehicles. Even I can remember the 50s vehicles. I had a 50s vehicle when I first started driving. So the inside as well will have a 50s theme, and that's why we're calling it the Elvis Rewind Weekend.
Tickets. How would someone get tickets? We have some ticket information, a different type of ticket, I presume, here from what I'm seeing.
There are different ticket levels. The general tickets, and this is seating behind the VIP seating, the general tickets are anywhere from $15 to $25. The VIP tickets are $55 each. And then there are also the elite VIP tickets. And with the VIP tickets, you can meet and greet the performers before the show. You'll have refreshments, a separate entrance to come in, an early entry, discount on merchandise, and maybe a little bit nicer chair to sit in during the concert.
Yeah.
And the elite VIPs, same deal. You got meet and greet the performers before the show, refreshments, a separate entrance, early entry, discount on the merchandise, and seated at a small round table, 4 chairs per table, which obviously are going to be closer to the performance. Okay, for ticket availability, you can do a couple of things. You can call our office, area code 352-351-4663. You could get on our website at habitatocala.org, and tickets are available at www.tributeticket.com. So those are the 3 ways you could get tickets for the concert. And I would tell you, we're pretty excited about the ticket activity we've seen so far. So I would encourage you, if you want to see Elvis in this concert, you just might want to get on that online or call us and get you a ticket. Make sure you can get in.
Absolutely.
It won't be in the show arena where you typically see the rodeo. There's a permanent structure just to the right of that. And that will be inside of that building.
Inside the building.
Yes,
That's
sir.
even better.
And max capacity is about 700 folks per performance. So it will be inside rather than in the
Get
in
your
the
tickets
arena.
now because they're going to be going fast.
You bet.
Also, let's go back to the bowl-a-thon, Bowl to Build bowl-a-thon.
Yes, sir.
Someone wants to participate in that. What do they do? What do they have to do?
You can also do that through our website. You can call the office, and we'd be happy to sign you up and get you registered.
I know you've got teams let's just say an individual really would like to bowl, but I don't have a team. Will you have a place you could put them?
Absolutely. That's not uncommon. That has happened before. Might have a whole team signed up. Something comes up and somebody can't make the date. We can fill them in there. Some folks will come in and they don't have a team. We'll put a team together. So I wouldn't worry about not having a place to get on the team.
What is the entry fee for that?
It's $25 per bowler.
To sponsor a team, if someone wanted to sponsor that, they need to just contact you about...
Yes, sir. We got different levels of sponsor event. The sponsor levels, if you just want to be a sponsor, of course, you can have a team with being a sponsor. We have gold sponsors, silver sponsors, bronze sponsors, and lane sponsors.
Okay. And they can participate in any of that. Okay, so let's go through the phone number, the website, places that people can contact the Habitat for Humanity and get information about any of the things that we've talked about today.
Okay, once again, the phone number is area code 352-351-4663, and the website is habitatocala.org.
And someone wants to volunteer to help out with this building of the home, how would they do that?
Area code 352-351-4663, and we'd be delighted to take that phone call and sign you up. And habitatocala.org.
habitatocala.org.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Moving on, you guys raise money not only with your resale stores, but you also have some activities throughout the year.
We do, in fact. We have some major fundraisers. We've got one coming up this month on the 22nd. This will be our 9th annual Bowl to Build Bowl-a-thon. It's going to be at AMF Galaxy Lanes on 17th. It's a 50s theme this year, and we've got a number of things that we do in addition to bowling with the tournament. This may encourage some folks to come and join us for it's a pretty neat afternoon. We'll have raffle items. You can purchase tickets for raffle items. We'll have a silent auction. We typically have some pretty neat donations, and you can go in and put a silent auction in, and if you're the high bidder, then you're going to get yourself a nice gift. Red pin bowling, if you purchase the red pin coupon and you bowl a strike, you'll receive a ticket to be entered to win some pretty cool prizes that are also there. There's also bingo game. That's one game only. If you purchase a bingo card, you can mark off any tiles that you completed while bowling, and then it's for an individual bowler, not for a team. You get a ticket, and all bingo winners will also be entered into a drawing to win some pretty cool prizes. And there's the 50-50 split the pot. If you purchase the split the pot tickets for a chance to win one half of the money collected on the 50-50. And we've got our family partners come in and help us out with that, doing their very best to collect on the 50-50. And if you get lucky enough, you might make a little bit of money off of that. And then also the medals for our bowling tournament. We've got highest score for the team, highest score for ladies, highest score for men's, lowest score for ladies, lowest score for men's. And then we'll have a prize for the best costume. And the team with the largest amount of funds collected will also win prizes. And we are always looking for teams. It seems like every year, the closer we get to the bowling tournament,
right,
it seems to populate pretty quick.
You also mentioned at the beginning when we were talking about the 9th annual Bowl to Build Bowl-a-thon, you have a theme. It's the 50s theme.
Yes, sir.
And also a costume contest.
Correct.
And it says Think Greece.
50s, Greece. And that's probably a pretty good segue for our next fundraiser.
Folks, I hope you've enjoyed our homepage today. Mr. Layman, appreciate you coming and being with us today.
Yes, sir. My pleasure.
Our guest today, Mr. David Layman, President and CEO of Habitat for Humanity of Marion County. Homepage is presented as a public affairs feature of 93.7 K Country and Wind FM 95.5, 92.5, and 107.9. We welcome your comments. Please email me. My email address, homepage@ncfmgroup.com. You can listen to Homepage by going to our website, 937kcountry.com or windfm.com. I'm Bob Moody, hoping you will join us next Sunday for another edition of Homepage.